We have breaking news related to a story KELOLAND News first told you about yesterday.
Attorney General Marty Jackley says that there is no evidence of criminal wrongdoing after several South Dakotans say they received calls from someone claiming to be a, quote, volunteer from the Secretary of State's office, questioning why they signed the Restore Roe petition to put abortion rights issue on the November ballot.
If you look at South Dakota law, it requires a disclosure, and the disclosure happened. The legislature has said you can do certain things that can create a misdemeanor, and that really isn't what happened here. I mean, you're allowed to impersonate an elected official. I have it happen to me routinely as Attorney General. Maybe if I walk into a comedy club or at a political function, that's not illegal.
And this comes after the legislature passed a law earlier this year that allows anyone who has signed a petition for a constitutional amendment or measure to later remove their name from the petition.
Dakotans for Health recently submitted Restore Roe to the Secretary of State's office.
KELOLAND's Renee Ortiz spoke to petition signers who got the calls.
Yesterday morning, the president of the League of Women Voters of South Dakota, Amy Scott Stoltz, received what she says was a surprising phone call.
I received a call from someone who said they were with the South Dakota Petition Integrity Committee and that they had gotten my information from the Secretary of State's office.
This committee was formed by Life Defense Fund President Representative John Hansen. In an email, Hansen said, quote, "We received the names of the people who signed from the Secretary of State via an open public records request and obtained phone numbers via a voter database."
On one level, I was surprised. On another level, I was not, because I knew of this bill that had passed that this would happen.
Volunteers have been calling people who signed the Restore Roe petition. I spoke with Adrienne Bosma, who received a call yesterday as well.
So the woman called me and said that she was a volunteer from the Secretary of State's office, and she was calling me on behalf of the South Dakota Petition Integrity Committee.
Hansen said, quote, "No volunteer said that they were an employee of the Secretary of State. Any claim that callers identified themselves as employees of the Secretary of State's office is false." After Bosma verified signing the petition, the call took a turn.
The way that she started phrasing her questions, she asked me if I knew that I had signed a petition that would allow abortions up to the point of birth, which is completely false. That's not what this petition is about. That's never what this petition has been about.
Bosma says she has never experienced this before.
The fact that someone is calling and posing as a government official, it kind of erodes any of my confidence in the voting system.
Renee Ortiz, KELOLAND News.
KELOLAND News received a statement from the Secretary of State's office about the issue. It reads in part, "Scammers are pushing the voters to challenge the abortion rights ballot measure petitions. Citizens shouldn't have their right to sign a petition questioned by anyone." If you received one of these calls, contact the Secretary of State's office. We will have the full statement and more information about the petitions with this story on KELOLAND.com.